I'm Renee Knorr, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 Magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar.
It's that time again, guys. Now, usually we're always on at 6 p.m. with the wealth as well as the health segment that I do. However, I'm super excited that we're on today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Glenn, for giving me the opportunity to be able to be a part of such the champions team of moderators that always bring amazing content every day with the Breakfast with Champions. Well, I'm grateful to be here today, guys. Not only am I grateful to be here, I'm super excited because I have a special guest that's going to be joining us with my segment with the wealth as well as the health segment. As she's already says, I'm Renee Knorr. I'm so grateful to be a part of not only bringing great energy, oh my goodness, but also let's talk about some ways of bringing some solution when it comes down to our wealth transformations, if that's okay with you, okay? I'm so happy to be able to be a part of some of the who's who, not only just in, I would say, from the Atlanta market, but worldwide. I think we got an open mic, but that's okay. Somebody's going to shut it down for me right now. Guys, we're doing something a little bit different with the Breakfast with Champions. Right now, not only we're filming live, but also we're going to be playing this for the Breakfast with Champions right there in the clubhouse. And that's what's so amazing about this platform. My segment is 30 minutes. So I'm going to make sure I'm able to not only have an amazing interview with the man himself, our Grammy Award winner, but we're also going to bring you guys some highlights, some spotlighted items as well. We're going to talk about wealth, we're going to talk about health, and most importantly, since he is a world traveler, we're going to talk about the balance and what it means for him to bring all of that together. I'm super excited to bring not only Mr. Skip Martin to the table, but Skip Martin is oh my God, he's a Grammy winner, a trumpeter. Oh man, when you think about music, when you think about I would say the now, Miles Davis, you can't help but think about Skip Martin. How about this? Let me have a little bit of a clip to introduce our special guest today with the Breakfast with Champion, Grammy Award winner, Skip Martin.
Introducing Grammy Award winner Skip Martin of the Dazz Band and veteran lead singer of Kool and the Gang with hit song, Let It Whip. Other hits include Get Down on It, Ladies Night, Celebration, and many more from this prolific artist whose achievements include platinum records with both the Dazz Band and Kool and the Gang, Mobo Outstanding Achievement Award, 6 consecutive top 100 albums, and 2 top 100 singles. Skip Martin.
Skip, we're grateful to have you here with the Breakfast with Champions. You're so talented. Oh my goodness. I was just over here grooving to some of the music as I was listening to some of your amazing hits. We know for sure you have definitely mesmerized us with your energy, your music, your talents, as well as your gifts. But most people probably don't know this, and I want to have this conversation. I want us to have a real in-depth conversation, if that's okay with you, Skip. Is that all right for you?
Okay. Yes.
Awesome. Tell us, really, how did you get started in this whole music industry, and where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Northern California, from Sacramento, California. Um, but I got started in this music industry at the early age of 7. Uh, I was sitting in a car with my grandparents. We were going somewhere, and a Dodge Rambler. It was pink with a white top on it. I never will forget. And I'm sitting in the back seat, and Nat King Cole had just passed away. And I heard through the radio, "Unforgettable, that's what you are." And it sounded to me like he was in the car with us. And I told my grandmother, I said, "Nana, that's what I'm going to do." And she said, "What, baby?" I said, "I'm going to play music so that when I die, people will feel like I'm still in the car with them." And that's when I claimed what I was going to do at 7 years of age. And I became a professional playing trumpet at 15 years of age. I picked up the trumpet at 11 years. In 4 years, I learned well enough to play in the bands, in the local bands that were there. And that's when I started getting my first paycheck playing music. And the rest was just claiming it. And I was in Sacramento then, and I took enough courage to leave my hometown and go to an environment less comfortable and less familiar, which was Youngstown, Ohio, where they had snow and people using the MF word as a term of endearment. So I had to fight for the first 2 months because I didn't know that's what they meant, and learn how to adjust. And that's where I started playing my music really, really. And the rest of it was history. I just started following my course and following what God gave me. And one thing led to another and to another. But I had claimed it at an early age.
I, oh my God, Skip. 15 years of age, but I love the fact that you said you were 7 years of age. I mean, just imagine being able to already envision yourself at the age of 7. That definitely takes courage. And it's wonderful for you to hear the voice of Nat King Cole, of all voices. I
Yeah.
know your mother as well as your father has been so influential in your movement as well because they too have been from the music industry. Now, for those who don't know, I know I've had the opportunity of meeting you, working alongside you, and oh my goodness, your energy! Oh my, you're just amazing. You really are. You know, from not only being able to be a part of the legacy with Kool and the Gang for 22 years as the lead singer, but also the lead singer with the Daz Band. I mean, and a plethora of awards. I must say, Skip Martin, you're probably one of the most influential artists who've ever been on Soul Train, probably the most. Is that fair to say?
Pretty much. I was on Soul Train 12 times. I was on there 6 times with the Daz Band and 6 times with Kool and the Gang. And Don Cornelius almost got me fired because I had only been in Kool and the Gang for less than a year. And I had already been there 6 times. And he walks over to me as he introduces the guys in the band. But he passed everybody else in Kool and the Gang and went to me on the end and said, "Young man, haven't I seen you here before?" Man, I said, thinking to myself, "You're going to get me fired, Don." He says, "Yes, you have seen me, D. Well, what was that thing that you used to do?" And I said, "Yoo-hoo." He said, "Oh, yeah, that was it." And then he went back and started introducing Kool and George Brown and Charles Smith and all the other original guys in the band.
Wow, wow. That's a great story, Skip. That's a great story. I could just imagine that, you know. And again, I had the pleasure of seeing you for the Trumpet Awards, and you guys did an amazing job there. And I gather from that point, you know, I had that hook as they say, that hook in my, I guess what, a hook somewhere, because my goodness, your music, your energy, you're so funny. And a lot of people don't even know how creative you are. As I said, you are like the now, the modern Miles Davis, because you're that trumpeter, you're an amazing vocalist, as well as you're a songwriter and an author. My goodness, Skip, when do you have time to rest? How do you balance
I
all
I
of
don't.
your accomplishments?
I don't rest much, but and I definitely don't rest on my laurels because creation and creating things is uh, um, uh, like a paternity time. You know, when women have the child, there's such a glow that's in there because they're creating something that is so magnificent to the world. Well, for me, every project is like a baby that I'm creating. So that's why now I have about 70 projects, 70 albums that are completed because every time I would finish one, I would fall into a depression, a postpartum depression. And I would have to start again to alleviate that depression and creating another project. So that's what's kept me going.
Well, I would say I appreciate how you continue on evolving. You bring about education through your words of music, as well as with your book. I love the book, Morgan, the Clydesdale.
The Clydesdale
Absolutely
Pony.
wonderful book. Yes, I absolutely love that's a brilliant book that you did for the young kids. So, I always like to say I raise my champagne glass up to you for doing that. In addition to that,
Thank you.
Skip, you continue on expanding, evolving, educating the world. You have blessed millions and millions of people with your gifts. How important has it been for you to live up to the name Skip Martin?
Well, it hasn't been important to me to live up to the name. It was something that I had claimed that I was going to really, I did this to leave a mark in humanity. I wanted to be remembered after I passed, after my life was over, which is only a flash in time, in God's time. And I wanted to just, there are millions and millions and billions of people in the world, but my dream and desire at a very young age was to be remembered that I was here. So that was really the purpose behind me doing all of these different projects and chasing this dream. It wasn't about riches, it wasn't about women, it wasn't about these different accolades, I guess. It was really about leaving some music and an imprint in humanity from my gifts that I was here. That's why I did it. That's why I do it still.
Wow. That's that's very impressive. I know for sure when, as I already shared, your parents were your mentors and they probably still are your mentors, but I want to know which artist became like your mentor that brought you to tears.
Wow. Well, besides Miles Davis, that maybe helped me with my style of music on the trumpet, it had to have been Sammy Davis Jr. Because when I was like 11 years old, I saw there was a show I think called the Mike Douglas Show, and Sammy Davis Jr. came out there, and he was singing, "When I was 21, it was a very good year," and he was singing that song and telling the story of his life, and I was saddened, but I was excited because his gift was so magnificent. It almost brings me to tears today. It was so magnificent. He was a soft shoe dancer. He was a drummer. He was the fastest draw in Hollywood westerns. He was the fastest draw with a pistol. He could write songs. He could act. I mean, he could play trumpet. He was just incredible. And he was a black man that a small, not that good looking, frail looking, with broken noses because he had to fight because he was in the military and everybody wanted to beat him up. And he would fight every day because of his spirit. He didn't want to be punked out, so he would fight him. And that's why his nose was broken and then smashed different ways. All of what he had gone through, it just, when I saw his talent and heard his voice and appreciated just how much he had done for us as human beings, and especially us as Black people at that time and that stardom, I just had to give him my humble appreciation, which came out in the form of tears.
Wow. What an amazing story, Skip. What an amazing story. You know, when I had the pleasure of working with you, and that was when you came out with the song When. Oh my goodness.
Mm,
You moved me so much with that single. And I'm watching you here in 2021. You're currently moving the nations globally. Currently, right now, I know you have an amazing project that you're working on. And I must
yes.
say, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. The song, People Get Ready. Ah, I mean, when you think about it, Skip, you have what, 27 artists that said yes to your
29,
project?
29 artists, counting myself. 29 artists, counting
29.
myself.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I want us to play that song, okay? Because when you think about it, now I know I won't be able to remember all of the names, and I know you don't have to remember all of them, but let me share with you. You know, everyone loves Stevie Wonder alongside with Dougie Fresh. But let me tell you, you know my girl Taylor Dane. You
Yes.
already know I sang to her also, right?
That's right.
Oh
That's right.
God. But from
She
Ronnie
was on the
Parker
show with me
Jr.
tonight.
Oh, really? Oh my
Yeah, she
God.
was on the show with me
Taylor,
tonight.
we love you.
Tell it to my heart. Tell it on there only
Yes.
one. Okay. Yes.
I know. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, Dougie Fresh, Tony Terry, alongside with, I mean, a plethora of other artists. If it's okay with you, Skip, can we play a little bit of that clip right now with your major project that you're working on?
This song resonates the momentum of hope. And that momentum came after desperation and the void and the lack of. I'm going to start asking some of my friends, would they be a part of this? And 27 of them said yes, out of love. This is about us coming together with a goal to change something, even a mindset. So collectively, there's power in numbers.
Way we can make a brighter day, show the people how to pray, let them know the train's coming.
I couldn't believe it. Now I'm embarking on this project that's turning into a life of its own.
Skip, what a masterpiece. That's like your, I mean, honestly, Skip, right now, that has to be what, the number one song being played worldwide. Am I close to saying that? Is that correct?
We're getting there. We are really getting there. Yes, we are.
Well, you could tell you put so much passion into this project. And not only have you put so much passion into this project, I'm so grateful that you've been able to share it with us. I know we have such a short period of time with us, but I want everyone to be able to not only follow you, Skip, go to your website. People get ready. How can they continue on tuning in to you with this particular project that you're working on?
Well, I would appreciate it if people would go to skipmartinmusic.com, download the song. The proceeds, majority of the proceeds, go to the St. Jude's Research Hospital. It was a neutral type of place where I could give the funds to and share with people that everybody's affected some way, shape, or form with cancer. And children are helpless. They need our help. So that's where I decided to put most of those proceeds going towards that. And you can also pick it up off of Spotify and Google Play and all these other digital platforms. That would be really helpful to them. And then the people that participated, like in this video that you're playing behind you right now, all these other people that participated they will share in the percentage of those proceeds as well for volunteering and giving me the support and their video presence in this particular project. And my producer, Tom Schumann from Spyra Gyra, who helped me co-produce this amazing project. I couldn't have done it without his help. He's been my right-hand man. And so that's how we put this together. So that would be great. And just let us know and leave comments. When you see it on Instagram or Twitter or what have you, leave some comments. And because that also, those words of kindness is like, those are acts of kindness that help to lift other people. And this project became so powerful to me because for once, this project just isn't about me. This is about us. And that's why I'm so into this project.
Well, you know what, Skip? We're grateful that you not only have partnered up with some phenomenal talents, but also it's such a perfect time for us to be able to bring hopes as well as positive energy worldwide. And you know, with this segment, we talk about how we are balancing that wealth alongside with that health. You haven't missed a beat at all. It seemed like you're just like getting better with time. And we're so grateful for your energy. We're grateful for what you do in the music industry. But most importantly, we're grateful for how you continue on impacting people worldwide. I'm so grateful to have you here with us with the Breakfast with Champions. And you know what, Skip? I would love to bring you back next week so we could talk a little bit more about the project, as well as maybe bring in a couple of your guests that's also been able to perform with you on the project. How does that sound?
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. And I thank you very much for having me, Miss Renee, to be a part of this time and bringing me to the Breakfast of Champions and getting me an opportunity to share the story with all of these fantastic entrepreneurial dreamers, creative people, positive energy people. And I'm just so thankful that we could be able to do this. So sure, anything we can do to make this happen, I'd be looking forward to it. And we got to thank Paul for doing all those technical things to help us to put this together, because we couldn't have done it without his help. So I want to thank him as well. The people behind the scenes are very important.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much, Skip Martin, for joining us with this Breakfast with Champions. It has been an amazing day of having you. Thank you for continuously impacting the world with your music, with your energy, but most importantly, with your creativity, your courage, as well as continuously giving us hopes in this space that we're in. We're honored to have you, Grammy Award winner, trumpeter, Skip Martin, with us for this Breakfast with Champions, and we look forward to having you again. So without further
Thank you so
ado,
much.
let's close out with this amazing piece, and thank you again for joining us.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.